Ever since we put up that sharp notice on our site, we've we've received a lot of applications. I bet there are at least 50. I know the president will be happy to hear that. He eager to hire a head engineer and wants the new the new hire the new hire to start as soon as possible. Sounds good, but with so many submissions, I have been able to look at all of them properly. Why don't I have you? I have some time tomorrow around 10 o'clock. I'll stop by your office and we can go over them together. Hello everybody, today I'm going to tell you a conversation between two people, the man and the woman. The woman said to the man, since they had put up that job notice on our website, they had received a lot of applications and there were at least 50. The man was surprised by that, and he thought the president would be happy to hear that, and he wanted to hire a head manager and wanted the newer hire start as soon as possible. The woman agreed with the man, but she complained there were so many submissions, so she hadn't been able to look at all of them properly. The man suggested the woman have her because he had some time the next day around 10 o'clock. And she said she would stop by her office, and they could went over them together. Sarah, I heard you were promoted. Congratulations. When the it's go into effect? Thanks. It starts in 2 weeks, but I'm busy until then. Since I need to attend training every day for it. I don't know when I'll have time to pack this stuff up. Well, I've finished my work for the day. Really? That's perfect. Could you see if there's an extra box in the supply closet? Hello everybody, today I would like to tell you about conversation between two people, the man and the woman. The man congratulated the woman on her promotion, and he wanted to know when it went into effect. The woman were thankful about that, and she said it started in 2 weeks, but she were busy until then, so she didn't have time to pack that stuff up, because he had to attend it training every day for it. The man said he had finished his work for the day. The woman were very happy about that, so she suggested find out an extra box in the supply closet. Did you hear at the staff meeting this morning? They said the store manager, Miss Harford, will retire this year, and they are looking for someone internal to take the spot. Wow, I know. I'd love to be a store manager, but I don't think I have enough appearance to be considerate. But didn't you take business classes in college? Plus, you've been assistant manager for a while. That's a lot more than most of us. Maybe you're right. Do you know when interviews start? I think they'll be compiling a list of candidates this month and begin the interviews next month. The human resources manager would know more, so you should keep. Hello everybody, today I'm going to tell you a conversation between two people, the man and the woman. The woman asked the man if he had at the staff meeting that morning. They said the store manager, Miss Harford, would retire that year, and they were looking for someone internal to take the spot. The man was surprised by that, and he said he would love to be a store manager, but he thought he didn't have enough appearance to be considered. The woman wanted to know if the man take business classes in the college. She suggested, as she said, the man had been assistant manager for a while. The man agreed with the woman, and he wanted to know when interviews started. The woman said to the man, the woman told they would be compiling a list of candidates that month, and beginning interviews the month before. And she told the human resources manager would know more, so she started asking, "Did you hear about Stacy's? She quitting and going to work for a prize publications." "You are kidding? They are our biggest competitor. I thought she liked it here." She did, but they scouted her and offered her a great position. It was hard to refuse. Good for her. She deserves it. Maybe we would start thinking about our career plans. Right. I think I'll update my resume later today. Hello everybody. Today I'm going to tell you a conversation between two people, the man and the woman. The woman wanted to know if the man heard about the Stacy's because she was quitting and joined to work for prize publications. The man was surprised by that, and he thought and he said there were our biggest, there were their biggest competitor, and he told she had liked it there. The woman agreed with the man, but the competitor scouted her and offered her a lot of offer her a great position, and it was hard to refuse. The man agreed with the woman, and he thought she deserved it. And she started think about our career plans. The woman agreed with the man, and she thought she would update her resume later that day. Thank you for coming to today's interview. We know the location is hard to reach. I'm Scott Somerton, the chief designer, and I'm Jeffrey Bennett, the head editor of the magazine. It's great to finally meet you both. We looked over your resume and thought you would be a perfect addition to our design department, but we weren't sure you had much experience in fashion photography. Actually, I did freelance work from my friend's fashion studio. Would you like to see some of pieces we used on her website? I brought some with me today. That would be great. And if you could tell us about how you came up with your suiting method. Hello everybody, today I'm going to tell you a conversation between with three people, the man and the two men and the woman. The man A were thankful for the woman coming to that day interview, and because they knew the location were hard to reach, and the man A and the man B introduced themselves. The man A were the chief designer, and the man B were a head editor of magazine. The woman said the woman were great to finally meet them both. The man A said they had looked over her resume and they thought her would be a perfect in addition to their designer department, but we wouldn't be sure she had much experience in fashion photography. The woman said she had done freelance work for her friend's fashion studio, and she suggested see some of pieces that we used on her friend's website. And she said she hadn't brought some with her that day. The men were happy about that, and she started tell them how she came up with her suiting method. And if had you applied for the company position that were advertised last week? No, I'm still revising my resume. resume. It doesn't feel like it stands out enough. I know they'll be opening up the hiring to people outside the company as well. If you want, I can send you my resume to you as a guide. I received a lot of help with mine, and it definitely helped. I would appreciate that. Thanks. Hello everybody, today I would like to tell you about conversation between two people, the man and the woman. The man wanted to know if the woman had applied for the company position that had been advertised like the week before. The woman disagreed with the man because she was revising her resume, and it didn't feel like it stand out enough. And she told they would be opening up the hiring to people outside the company as well. The man suggested send his resume to you as guide because he had received a lot of help with himself, and it definitely helped. The woman said she would appreciate that, and she gave him and she thanked him for that. Now, before we finish today's meeting, I'd like to talk about our hiring process for this year. In the past, we've always used a headhunter who recommends candidates to us, but I'd like to continue the service. Oh, why that? I thought it was very successful. Is it? But it's very costly, and corporate would like us to reduce hiring costs. I've come up with a chart that shows how we've hired people in the past. I'm surprised. I didn't expect the results. Then we should definitely go with the second best method. I will talk to the rest of the team so they can know more about this. Hello everybody, today I'm going to tell you a conversation between two people, the man and the woman. The woman said before they finished that day's meeting, she suggested to talk about their hiring process for that year. Because in the past, we had only used a headhunter who recommends candidates to us, but she would like to discontinue that service. The man was surprised by that, and he thought it had been very successful. The woman replied, but it were very costly, and corporate would like them to reduce hiring costs. She had come up with a chart that shows how they had hired people in the past. The man was surprised by that, and he didn't he didn't expect the results. So then they should definitely go with the second best method. She said she would talk to the rest of the team, so they could know more about that.